Hello everyone, from our Caravan Talk evening. In the first episode, we mentioned that we will go through the topics, section by section. This evening, we will briefly look at the chassis structure as a preliminary information for those who will build or buy a caravan. We will just touch on it, simply without going too deep, and later, we will provide information about adjusting the center of gravity and establishing weight balance on this chassis. After that, we will discuss the things we need to do, the precautions we will take, and the points we should pay attention to before setting off for a balanced journey. Later, we will share a short video. We will do a separate section for that. Let's keep it a surprise for now, so we won't mention it. First of all, Hassan will talk a bit about the chassis structure he used while building his own caravan. Actually, as you said, you can still provide visuals. We will talk here in the same way. There was a mistake we made. There was a company with a completely excellent technical infrastructure that helped us correct this mistake. It turned us away from the mistake, and after that, we decided to provide this information to help others avoid similar mistakes. Actually, our main topic is weight balance. Let me hand over the word to Hassan so he can provide information about the chassis first.
Yes, hello everyone, welcome again. Thank you for choosing us again. I hope you didn't get bored with our first video. We had to keep it a bit long. At one point, we thought about whether to segment it or not, but later we decided it would be more appropriate not to segment it, since the general topics intertwined a lot. As Porchu said, we want to provide a brief information about the chassis. First, today, there are probably many friends who want to make their own caravan and have fallen into similar mistakes as we did, because I see it on Facebook. Recently, I came across a post on Facebook again. A friend made the same mistake I did. I wrote to them privately. What should be is this. The mistake we made was we didn't think of placing any chassis under the caravan. In other words, we were going to manufacture the caravan on a skeleton base of a 2 meter by 3.5 meter iron profile. We had drawn a triangle inside the box and made a connection like this to link the tip of the triangle to the car. Let's also mention the name of the company. It's not for advertising purposes. We would also thank them. They turned us away from a mistake.
And here, the purpose is to thank them and also to encourage other companies a bit more in this regard. People may not have experience in this area. When we say we want to have a chassis made or a skeleton trailer made, it's very important to inform people by adding a bit of commentary to everything that is said, like saying it could be done this way. This will be a thank you narrative. Now please continue, Ihsan brother, and I thank you. Now we couldn't find a company in Izmit to make a chassis for the Kandil trailer, Zainal Bey.
Maybe it was due to our shortcomings that day, or perhaps they didn't want to work with us because it was a critical period. We had already entered this business before the pandemic. During the pandemic, it came to the forefront a bit more. Everyone started making their own caravans. New companies emerged that began to trade in this business. Anyway, I won't prolong it. As I mentioned, there is no chassis that carries any caravan in the structure we requested from the company, which we also showed on the screen. The caravan was directly connected to the lower profile skeleton, and at a single point, here, 3 points are visible, but when we look at it on the horizontal axis, the weight of the caravan was resting on a single point as a braking point. At the moment of passing any speed bump on this road, going up a slope or going down a slope, can be dangerous.
All the load placed on that joint.
All the load is at this joint. Yes. Afterwards, Mr. Zainal shows us that this is how it should be. Of course, if you buy a chassis that is directly ready-made and certified by TSE and O1, you won't have to deal with all this. Let's not name names. There are large corporate companies. There are companies in Turkey and Italy that sell chassis. We are talking for those who want to make their own chassis. The area indicated in red under the skeleton of the caravan is what we refer to as the knife, right? Among ourselves. On top of this chassis, I will actually show it more clearly here. The red lines indicate an 80 by 40 profile, and we have placed the vital axle we obtained on this profile, and this has formed our main chassis. After placing the lower skeleton of the caravan on the main chassis, we built it. Thus it became a load-bearing chassis. It became a load-bearing chassis. While the first chassis was loaded, at a single point we have distributed the load to 4 separate points here. They should prefer companies that have production authorization, TSE certification, and can provide you with O1 or O2 certificates, but as I said, you can also choose an imported or local ready-made chassis. Then you won't have to deal with all of this.
Yes.
Related to the chassis,
If you insist on making it yourself or manufacturing it yourself, definitely pay attention to this. In other words, create a chassis independent of the skeleton of the caravan so that it carries the load, where the axle is connected. Let me open a separate quotation here for the axle connection. The axle is definitely connected with a bolt. It is not connected with welding. You can see that everything in our vehicles is bolted. It cannot be done with welding. In other words, the chassis to which the axle carrying the load is connected should be independent of the caravan's body and skeleton, and it should be fixed to it. You can request support regarding drawings or chassis modeling by sending a special message to Hassan, asking him to send you examples. At least it would give you an idea, and you could benefit from his experience. Let's move on from here. The most important topic is establishing weight balance. We are, of course, saying this for those who manufacture themselves. When establishing weight balance, especially, some weight should be added to the front of the axle. And the most important point to pay attention to is the drawbar. That is the weight force applied by the coupling to the car's tow hitch. This is an important issue. You need to calculate the weight to exert a load between 50 and 70 kilograms. You will find the arrangement based on your own reasoning anyway. Hassan can explain that topic a bit more.
Actually, we are sharing the floor a bit on topics that both of us are familiar with. Otherwise, it's not that I know this topic better. Orson can explain it too, but since you gave me the floor, I'll continue. In Turkey, most users, about 80%, use caravans between 3.5 meters and 4 meters, which are sold as 750 kilograms, but none of them remain under 750 kilograms in use. This is related to the concern about the O1 and O2 documents, so everyone weighs the caravan empty. Manufacturers say, okay, I have a caravan under 750 kilograms, but then solar panels, water tanks, etc. come in. Let's not prolong the topic.
I would like to ask if we can cover a little bit from here, brother. We are holding the fire in the middle. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. There is a mention of ideal weight that should be loaded onto a tow hitch. Some say 50 kilo, others say 70 kilo. This is entirely related to the class of your vehicle. So we refer to classes B, C, and D. Class C vehicles are generally preferred for towing caravans around 750 kilo. The 50 kilo and 70 kilo from here. A Class C vehicle has luggage capacity. So if you put 2 suitcases in the trunk during your trip, and also, for example, you went to the village and added a sack of apples, etc. Approximately your luggage capacity is around 50 kilo or may not be. There are also people who carry cement in the trunks of sedan vehicles. My uncle carries 2 50-kilo bags of cement in the back of his car. He can carry 3 or 4, but the back sinks. The towing capacity is related to the size of the vehicle. The load affecting the 70-kilo tow bar also causes the control of the caravan to transfer to the car.
We examined the annual curriculum of the Finnish Ministry of Education.
If we can balance this as well, we can actually speed up these areas a bit. So let's not stress too much about it. Caravans, what were they? Again, it's a simple seesaw. I forgot its name. What were caravans? Let's say it's a simple seesaw. It's a simple lever machine. Force times the length of the lever arm equals load times the length of the load arm. Well, let's find a load from here.
Do you want a heavy?
Let's find a heavy load. There seems to be a vehicle over there. Let's call this a load.
Let's call this another load.
Call load 2.
Children's toys.
Let's put that here too. Now, when a load is created here, we need to apply a force from here to keep it balanced. The weight at the front and back of the axle is actually balanced at the point where it is effective. If the weight in front and behind the caravan axle remains balanced, it causes instability in our vehicle. Assuming that the towing strap has no influencing force, when going over any bumps on the road, during descents and ascents, the caravan remains stably balanced within itself. So when the driver applies the brakes or accelerates slightly, the caravan starts to affect the vehicle. Therefore, a load of 70 kilograms needs to exert pressure here for the vehicle to gain control over the caravan. Which vehicle tows which caravan? In other words, when the weight of your vehicle is approximately 30% higher than the weight of the caravan, the manufacturers have already optimized the engine capacity, torque values, and power outputs. Therefore, if your vehicle is 30% heavier than your loaded caravan, you can tow it with peace of mind.
So this is not related to the engine power of the vehicle. Independently, there is something like this. If the caravan is heavier than the vehicle, it will start to control the vehicle. So your vehicle needs to be heavier than the caravan. For example, would you tow a 2.5 ton, 5.56 meter caravan with a vehicle weighing 1,1050 kilograms? Yes, you can.
But you cannot have control.
You cannot have control in situations like a curve, a downhill slope, or sudden maneuvers. You will be negatively affected by the wind created by large vehicles passing by, as well as natural wind. So the towing vehicle here needs to be powerful. So it needs to be heavy. That's why this is important. The mass that will provide the main control should have more weight.
Since we have placed this setup here, let's do a small demonstration on caravan positioning. Then I will show you.
What does that have to do with it? Don't extend it.
Okay.
Cut this part.